Hello, guys, and welcome back to the sports channel. Mask One back again. And guess who else is back again? Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Manchester United fly to Turkey to face Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, who are currently top of their league. 6 points from, I think they're 6 points clear at the top of the league, if I'm correct. But do not quote me on that. But yes, like I said, Jose Mourinho is back and he's already starting his mental gymnastics already. I think he made a remark in his press conference regarding City being punished, and he said if City were to be punished, that means he's won the Premier League and also the Europa League with Manchester United at 17-18 season, which obviously is the truth. He's not lying about that. That is actually the correct will be the correct assessment if City are punished or if the title is taken away from them. But Jose Mourinho, in Jose Mourinho fashion, he always has to say something ahead of what I believe is a crucial game for Manchester United. We have to win this game. We've had 2 draws. That means we've got 2 points. So we have to win this game. But when I say they, I mean Fenerbahce. They haven't been the best the last couple games. I'm just gonna talk about the last couple games. The last Europa League was against FC20, and that was result was 1-1. So it seems to me that they also might be struggling for goals, and we know that Jose Mourinho is a defensive manager, so that might play into our hands as well. And their last game was against Samsun Spur. Don't quote me. Actually, in case I do butcher that name, I think the name is Samsun Spur, if I'm correct. But yes, so in that game they happened to draw 2-2 as well. So so it hasn't been the last couple of games that I've mentioned hasn't been of thrilling, but Manchester United been having their own issue as well, so I can't even try and say anything regarding Jose's team. But one thing you do know about Jose's team is that defensively they'll try and be solid, but they haven't been great either. So the chances of us scoring is there, and the chances of us winning this game is there. It's also going to be a game of 2 manager, and it kind of depends on whose tactic work on the night, whose team selection, whose tactic actually works on the night. And I do have faith in Erik ten Hag, and I feel like Jose's team would play right into our hands. They do have Hamrabat and Fred in the middle. I mean, two fully energized bunny, if you want to call them that. They're 2 fully energized bunny there, so they've got legs in that central midfield area. And based on the injury list that we currently have, we might have to reevaluate who we play in the center of our park as well. But that being said, a few of the youth players have been training with the first team. We do have a lot of players out injured, which I will get to a little later. But yes, Aria Mas, Jack Kingdon, Abib Oguneye, and also Whitley. They've all been training with the first team, and I won't be surprised if a few of those names or a couple of those names is in the squad for Thursday night. I won't be surprised at all, because we do have a few players out injured. So going into this game, I expect Manchester United, to dominate. I do expect us to dominate. Based on the second half performance against Brentford, that was the best performance up to date. Because that's I know I've mentioned the last game that we had against Crystal Palace, and we weren't able to score any goals. But in this game, how we came out fighting throwing everything at them. And we also have a style of passing and playing. And I say that because there's a passing stat that I saw, which kind of shows our passing pattern. You should be able to see that now. So yes, which kind of shows our passing, a passing pattern basically, and it shows that we do have a style of passing, or the way we want to pass. It's not just like we're just passing around or just throwing the ball around. There's actually a pattern, a style to our pass, and that in that second half anyway. And if we play the way we played in that second half against Fenerbahce, I think we should be winning this game 2-0. So my predicted scoreline for this game is 2-0 for Manchester United. So I think Man United will win this game 2-0. That's my predicted scoreline. But at the same time, it's United. The favorite song is we always make easy things more difficult for ourselves. So if we go into this and play the way we should play, we should find it relatively easy, and we should be able to win this game relatively easily. But again, it's a game against Jose Mourinho, and he's gonna pull out all the tricks that he knows out of his toolbox, and I expect him to do what he does, do what Jose Mourinho do, which is either to either pack the bus, which I don't think he will against Manchester United, knowing how we currently play. So I don't think he will pack the bus at all. And again, it's a game of like I said, it's a game of two managers. The former Manchester United manager going up against the current Manchester United manager, and we're gonna have to wait and see who comes out on top on that one. Our injury list: Manchester United currently have 8 players on the injury table. The first one is Kobe Mainoo. He's ruled out. He's not going to be back until next month, or sometime next month anyway. And then we also have Lenny Yoro, another long-term injury, so we don't know when he's going to be back either. Or he's saying potential return for these players is all next month. Kobe Mainoo is the 24th of next month. Lenny Yoro is the 24th of next month. Harry Maguire is set to return on the 10th of next month. But again, these are all potential return dates. Whether or not these players actually do make it back on those days is to be known. We don't know that yet. We don't know whether or not they will actually be back on these dates that they've been potentially predicted to come back. We also have Casemiro, but he's currently being assessed. I think he took a knock against Brentford. So he took a knock against Brentford, and is currently being assessed. Whether or not he plays on Thursday, we have to wait and see. Luke Shaw is said to have returned. I know that from what I've seen and what I've read, is done his individual training, is now training on grass. So hopefully he might feature in some way or the other on Thursday night. So that'll be a plus for if he's back, because we do need a proper left back, playing left back. Tyrell Malacia is another one, is a long term absentee, but hopefully he should be back too, and that'll also will be great for us if we have both our full back back in training and back in the first team and playing. Both Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia are said to be doing solo training, and at the same time they've been working on doing grass training. So whether or not Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia feature in that game, we're gonna have to wait and see. Mason Mount is said to be back as well, but he's already returned, so he's currently being assessed. So hopefully, whether or not he plays is something that we have to wait and see. Whether or not he's fit enough to play is something we have to wait and see. Johnny Evans also took a knock on Saturday against Brentford. I would really, really like this guy to be back, because, like I said, I like the the back four that we played on Saturday against Brentford is full of experience and at the same time youth, grit. Johnny Evans is one of those players that has been at United for so long. He loves the club. The badge means something to him. And we have Matthias de Ligt as well, who from what happened to him in terms of the blood streaking down his head, reminded me of a bit of Vidic. So a bit of heart, a bit of desire, a bit of bite, a bit of fight. And I would like to see that. So hopefully Johnny Evans is available to play on Thursday, and and that would make things a little bit more settling in terms of the defense line, basically, in terms of our defensive players. But those are the injury concerns and the injury list that we have right now. But hopefully the ones that are being currently assessed can feature on Thursday. But if not, we can look forward to the game at the weekend. Team selection for me, like I said, I like the way we played in the second half against Brentford, and that has given me a lot of optimism. It's given me a lot of optimism going into this Fenerbahce game. The selection that I would literally like to go for the same team. Literally the same team. So the reason for that is the back four was solid. There was a lot of experience, the youth side of things as well in Matthias de Ligt, the experience in Johnny Evans, a guy that grew up at Old Trafford from Carrington all the way to the Theatre of Dreams. So the badge means something to him. That shirt means something to him. It's not just a player that's coming there to just eat. I mean, he was our best defender last season. You know what I'm saying? So he was our best defender last season, and for his age as well, he's showing. Because I can't lie, I didn't like the fact that we gave him an extension in his contract, but I can see the reason why that needed to be done. We needed that experience, his experience, to be able to have a read the game. When I say provoke, I mean provoke is partner to make challenges, to be better, to learn from him. And I think Matthias de Ligt showed in that game against Brentford that he's learning and he's getting better. Like I said, it might be due to fitness, or it might just be a player that's coming into his own, that's understanding his position and his ability, and he wants to just progress, or that wants to earn the respect and the trust of the fans in Matthias de Ligt. And you can tell in that game he had a bit of bite, he had aggression, he was fighting for everything. And in terms of reading the game as well, he made a few interceptions, which I was surprised about. But again, it could be down to the fact that fitness is getting better, or it's just gaining a bit more confidence in himself. He's getting confident and it's showing his ability. So my back four will be exactly the same, which would be, or should I say back five. Onana in goal, Dalot on the right, where he's best at. That's where I always wanted to see him. And in that game, he was solid against Brentford, solid. And Matthias de Ligt, again, good performance from him in the last game, the weekend. And Johnny Evans also, although he has got a knock, so whether or not he plays, it's still a doubt. But I'm hoping, I'm praying that it's fit enough to start that game. If it's fit enough to start, I feel like I'll be more comfortable and more confident going into that game. Another player is I do like the fact that Lisandro Martinez can play centre back and he can play left back. Ideally, I would like him to play left back, not because he's not good at centre back, he's great at centre back, but because he's a centre back that can play left back in terms of defensive ability. I feel like it'll be good for him. I mean, we've seen a lot of other teams who tend to play a centre back who can play left back or right back, who can play full back in those positions. So yes, I would like to see that. I'd like to see him at left back. So the back five stays the same. Now in the middle, I would go with ERIKSEN and no, actually, I would go with UGARTE and Casemiro. I know Casemiro also has a knock, and he's 50% on the assessment that we just went through, so should be able to see he's 50%. So based on the assessment that they do before the game, I'm also hoping that it is fit enough to start that game. So Casemiro, Ugarte in the middle, a bit more legs, a bit more bite and creativity. Bruno is suspended due to the red card he received against Porto. So I would go with ERIKSEN at number 10 in that position. Or I don't mind playing Ahmad at number 10. I don't mind playing Ahmad Diallo at number 10, but I would like to start with ERIKSEN. You can bring on Ahmad later on, but we're starting with ERIKSEN. And on the right wing, I would like to see Rashford. And on the left, I would like to see Garnacho, and they both can rotate and swap sides like we saw in that second half against Brentford. Because in the second half they were both swapping. I saw at one point they were both on the same position as well on the left, and they were clicking. I mean, the cross from Rashford to Garnacho, incredible, great goal, great cross, great goal. You know, it's something that I would like to see again, and I'd like them to obviously carry on playing and getting used to that position. And if we do have to bring on a player, then bring them on. And up top, Rasmus, obviously, what he brings to the team is something else in terms of his hold up play. He's got a link up, and his link up play is getting better. Is really getting better, and I was able to see that against Brentford as well. That his link up play is getting better, is improving. He's 20 years old, so it's got time to get better. But as fans, we just don't have that time. We don't have the luxury of time. We want wins. We want 3 points, and we want trophies. You know, so that's my lineup. That's my lineup for the game on Thursday. And yeah, that's pretty much everything from me. Let me try and see if there's anything else that we might need to discuss, but not that I can think of right now. I'm just looking forward to that game, and I'm sure a lot of Manchester United fans are also looking forward to that game, and hopefully we come back with the 3 points. So that's it from me, guys. Have a good evening, and again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video below. From me, take care, guys. Peace.